Hello my beautiful people, welcome to your weekly general tarot scope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. Thank you so much for being here, thank you so much for joining me. So these readings are for the general energies, trends and themes that we're likely to be experiencing over the course of the week. Sometimes world events will show up here, sometimes it's just kind of like a personal spiritual coaching message, as some people have called it. With that said, it's always informed by my intuitive message, and I just want to say a massive thank you so much to all of you out there who have already purchased your year ahead videos from yours truly. It really does mean a lot that you support my work this way, and we're going to get straight into it. So before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help us all on our paths to our highest vibrational good. So this week, for the intuitive message, it was, interestingly enough, so what I saw was a heart. So, and I've seen this picture before, I think as like a, maybe not a meme, but like as a picture out there in the world. It's of two lions, a black one and a white one, and they're facing head on, like in a heart shape. And what I saw, when I saw that, I was like, okay, so we're looking at balance. What is it that is the message? And the words that I heard were, the truly mighty, those who really are strong, those who really are powerful, are actually very gentle beings. And that really is the balance point that we're looking for over the course of this week. So where is it that you can temper your strength or your might with gentleness, and where is it that maybe you've been too gentle and you need to bring a little bit of that might into the equation? This week, you know, we're in Libra season. It is, you know, we're heading towards the end of Libra season, but we're still in Libra season. So finding that balance point is something that we're all working through for or over at this moment in time, specifically where the, you know, the house of Libra falls in your chart. But the message this week was the truly mighty are gentle, and that really is the case. It's like, you know, when you see like in pop culture and stuff, when you see like the real sort of tough nut bad guys, right? Out there, they are all of that. Inside their home, they're actually really caring towards their families and their mums and their, you know, their people or their personal pack. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it really, that's the message that I've taken away from this. It's like the truly mighty. In order to be truly mighty, you have to have a gentle spirit as well, right? You need to be able to find that juxtaposition within yourself. So for our destiny card from the Human Design Oracle deck, we have, let's have a look, see, let's get into this. Ooh. Oh, okay, so we have a jumper, and let's see what it is. It is the Gate 3 and Begin. So this week, it really is about starting something fresh, right? And, you know, the message behind this card is, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a seed that's breaking through the concrete, and you can see like just the first sort of few leaves of the sprout. And that's actually from, I believe it's an acorn. And so what I've always taken from the acorn is like this tiny little thing produces that massive, when you see an oak tree, it really is something to behold, especially some of the ones that are here in the UK. It's just so impressive. This message, the message behind this card actually is that all great or brilliant things have potentially sometimes very difficult beginnings. The truly mighty are gentle. When you've been a person that's been through a whole load of crap in life, you tend to be, yes, you're hardened and you're strengthened by it, but you tend to find people that have really been through a lot, they're actually very nice to others because they don't want to see other people go through that stuff. The fact that you've got this Begin card suggests that this week you are, all of us in some way, shape or form, will be starting something anew. Maybe it's a rededication for somebody. Maybe this is a time where you really are looking at getting something back off the ground, or maybe you are planting that seed. You're starting something fresh, and by doing so, you're really, it's like, even if it's hard, even if it's difficult, I'm going to make sure that I give it the best chance of success, even if that beginning is hard. And especially for the beginnings this week that are difficult, that are hard, just know that success is all but guaranteed, right? And I don't say that lightly. If you've been with me long enough, you know I tend to err more on the side of caution. You know, as I say to all of my clients as well, we love the woo-woo, right? I love being up there in all of that stuff, but we've got to keep our feet on the ground as well. Balance. I don't know, someone out there's like, for our direction energies. All right, they're all over the place today, so we're going from there. How do we best tap into this energy of the beginning, right? And you'll never believe the card. Look at that. The Fool, right? So new things, new places, new people, new energies are definitely making themselves known and felt in our lives in some way, shape or form. It may very well be that there are starts, fresh starts or new beginnings in some way, shape or form that we don't expect. We are heading to, I mean, we're already in eclipse season now, but we are heading towards those eclipses. And these ones are, you know, they're going to be some stuff. On top of that, we've got the Knight of Wands. Be ready to jump into this new opportunity that takes shape or that shows up for you this week. Be ready to really literally dive into it head first. And on top of that, we have the Page of Swords. So look, there are going to be potentially new contracts coming up. There may be new offers, maybe new opportunities, maybe new job offers. For those of you that are looking to sign contracts, etc., this could be a week where it's like maybe something's been on hold for you, right? So you've had a difficult beginning and it's been really hard just getting something to that start point. And then all of a sudden this week, bam, things start to move and they start to move really quickly. And you're like, okay, I feel like this is a little bit out of control at this point. It's not that it's out of control. It's just that the delays that maybe you've experienced up until this point are now starting to shift. And this is where you're getting real movement and real traction. The other way that you could see this on the wider world stage, this is going to be, I would say, probably a young celebrity that has a problem with travel or something along those lines. It's almost like they go to a place and they get stuck. I know we had this thing with the basketball woman, you know, a few months ago. That we're going to see resolve over the next, between now and the end of the year. We're going to see a development on that front that I think might be very interesting. That being said, back to this moment in time, there's a young person, a young celebrity, potentially a young monarch, you know, it could be along those lines, but certainly somebody that is in the public eye that has a problem around with or through the travel that they're doing. It's not so much that I feel like they get stuck. I feel like it's the impact or the noise that they make wherever they're going. It's going to cause a problem or an issue for them, one that may end up sticking. So it will be interesting to see how that plays out. I love it when you guys post links to the news. Some of you will send them to me on Instagram and Facebook, and I love all of that stuff because it's like watching your predictions come to life. And I've said that if you've been with me long enough, you'll have heard me say this many times. The day I stop being awed by this work is the day I'll stop doing it. And even for me, like, yes, you know, I do this stuff all the time and I constantly have emails from clients about things that I've told them are going to come to pass. I'm still just as gobsmacked and awed and like, wow, by all of that as you guys are, right? And I will never not be. It's still exciting to me, right? I get to do this for a living and it's out there and it's working and I love it. And the gratitude is just so real. So thank you for all of you that, you know, show me where my work is valid and validated. For us on a personal level, there are fresh starts. There are literal new beginnings, fresh starts that you're having to dive head into. For some of you, like I said, this could be contractual. The challenge that you have here, you might feel, and the sort of feeling of, oh, I'm not in control here, it might literally be coming from the fact that it's not that you're winging it, it's more a case of, okay, I don't know all of this. And so some of it, it's like you're having to learn on the job. Maybe some of it, you're having to gain knowledge and wisdom as you go. With that said, if you haven't got yours yet, the Year Ahead 2023 Tarot or Astro Tarot Scopes, I'm calling them this year, because there is more astrology, there is more there's a big sort of numerology portion right at the beginning. On top of that, you're getting the eclipse overview. The eclipses are doing some really interesting stuff in 2023. So they're going across all 4 elements, which is quite interesting. And we're switching out of the fixed energy into the cardinal. That eclipse overview video will not be on any of my other platforms. You won't see it on Facebook. You won't see it on Instagram. It's a 15-minute section where I talk about all the ways that you could and potentially couldn't use it, or maybe shouldn't. But it's definitely worth checking out. On top of that, you will also get this year an astrological cheat sheet for the biggest transits of the year, how they're likely to affect you. On top of that, you've got the Mercury retrogrades that I talk about, plus your lunation section and the eclipses as well. All of that for like $4.99. If you want to, you can also get the bundle, which is $24.99. They're all downloadable. The files are smaller this year, and so you can, you know, for your viewing and purchasing pleasure, you can get those on the links in the description box below, or one of those little floaty things above my head. All right. Thank you for letting me share that with you. Back to the week ahead for your insight cards. What is coming up here that you need to know or be aware of? And one more thing about the 2023 videos. This year, because I'm using so much more astrology than usual, I really do advise that if you're only going to purchase one, you would literally get the one for your ascendant. It's going to be the most accurate for you on that day-to-day level. So for our insight cards, what's coming in that we need to be aware of? We have the Hierophant card. Okay, so some potentially new legislation around either children and or artistics, you know, things, let's say. On top of that, we've got the Magician card, right? So really powerful stuff. This could be a week where some of these, or should I say these new things, or these new opportunities, or potentially these new, like these new avenues that are making themselves known. This could be you rubbing shoulders with some kind of bigwig. It could be seeing you connecting with people or institutions that are larger than you. Like if you've got your own business or your own company, you could be aligning with somebody that is much bigger. For those of you that are looking for investors and investments, this bodes very, very well. I am going to say this week, when it comes to any deals that you're making, take this out of the equation. Keep it all here. All right. Now, you would say that anyway, not for me personally. When I make my decisions, I check in with my gut, I check in with my heart, and I check in with my mind. If they're not all three in sync with what I'm trying to do or what I'm trying to create, I don't do it. Literally as simple as that. If you haven't seen it, check out my intuition activation webinar. That's on my courses page. And what I will also say as well, this is a large institution that is probably releasing some kind of information that it's like we're getting a half truth. All right, so you're going to have to find a way to read between the lines this week. I do find it very interesting as well that our current, or should I say new reigning monarch, is having his coronation on the Taurus eclipse of 2023. There's so many things. When I saw it, I was like, okay. So I pulled up the chart and I was looking at it and I was like, okay. I'm not going to say anything. With that said, I wish you all an abundance of all of that good stuff. Look after yourselves. Thank you so much for all of your support. Thank you for allowing me to offer you things from time to time and to sell you things. Ultimately, this is how I do my work. I really do appreciate the support. I send you so much love. Take care, and I'll see you soon.